Face Forward Media. This is Healthcare Musings. I'm your host, Dr. Hassaballa. Welcome to Healthcare Musings, everybody. Happy to have you with me. So, continuing on in the from the Appeals Desk series, and I wanted to stop and kind of ask why. Why did I do a whole series of episodes about CDI, what's called clinical documentation integrity? Why does it matter to us? Why, as a physician, does it matter? Who cares? Whatever. I'm just trying to get through my day. It's so hard, especially my hospital medicine colleagues. It is a very difficult job. God bless you guys. It's really hard. I mean, critical care is really hard. And a lot of times when we have a closed unit, these principles also apply, because if I'm the attending in the ICU, all of these documentation rules, all of these CDI best practices apply to us as well. And it should matter. I mean, it should matter. So it's very easy for you saying, why? You know what? I have a hard enough job. I'm tricking, if I'm in the ICU, I'm taking care of critically ill people that are trying to die. The last thing I want to care about is whether the patient's obese and what I'm doing about it, or they're malnourished, or they have hyponatremia, or they have hypokalemia, or they're whatever, man. Whatever. I just want to finish my day, right? The same thing on the floor. I have discharges. I have to discharge all these people before 11 a.m. and I have to get people moving. We have to do multidisciplinary rounds, and I have to have goals of care conversations. I have to sit down and talk to the patient. I have to worry about patient experience, and the last thing I want to worry about is documenting malnutrition in the chart, right? Or how much respiratory failure. I get it. Our jobs are becoming more and more difficult. And there is a why behind the CDI, right? There is a reason why this is important. If more and more physicians are being employed by hospitals and health systems, or they're partnering with hospitals and health systems. So whether you are, the traditional private practice where I just come to the hospital, I round, I do my stuff and leave, is going by the wayside. Either we are employed by the health system in the hospital, or we're partnering with the health system in the hospital. Either way, our goals have to be aligned. Okay, we have to swim in the same direction, because we will sink or we will swim together. Now, I remember reading that the average subsidy that a hospital or health system covers for physician salary is north of $300,000. I'll try to link it in the in the show notes, or try to find it exactly. It's well over $300,000 per physician that a hospital system typically loses, covering salary, benefits, malpractice, all those things. Loses. I think maybe many physicians don't realize that when they employ us, they're actually losing money on our salary. Now, in the big scheme of things, they're making stuff up, especially surgeons. And surgeons know this. They are generating much more revenue from all their surgical procedures. And so that subsidy may be mitigated if there's a subsidy at all. Ken Kaufman, when I had him on the podcast, he said the same thing. Hospitals lose money on physician salaries, but all the other physicians that don't do regular, procedures or elective cases, they're losing money on our salary. So if we want the hospital system to be financially strong, if we want our hospital partner or our employer to be financially solid, if we want investment in either increased salary, pay raises in the future, capital expenditures, investments in the practice, other things, this stuff matters. Okay, $5,000 here, $3,000 there, and one individual case may not seem a lot. On scale, when you're talking hundreds of thousands of patients, it adds up to real dollars. That's why the payers are doing it. If the payers didn't think this is not a big chance for them to recoup cost, they wouldn't be doing it. They wouldn't be spending the money and employing people. Now they're using AI a lot of times. Still, they would not do it if they didn't see a financial benefit for it, right? So if we want more, if we don't want them to give us a pay cut, if we don't want them to devalue our RVUs, because the government is devaluing RVUs and they're decreasing reimbursement. Listen to my episode with Ken Kaufman about how hard it is to run a hospital, how steep the financial pressures are, how difficult it is. And now with this one big, beautiful bill and all the Medicaid cuts and all the reimbursement cuts, it's becoming more and more difficult. So if we want the hospital to stay strong so that we can either pay us more or not pay us less, this stuff, then we have to care. We have to care about CDI. We have to care about star ratings. We have to care about leapfrog scores. All those make a huge difference. We have to care about patient experience. It's very important. I might have my own opinions about, tying patient experience to reimbursement, but that's it. Those are the rules. So if we want our employers to be financially strong, this stuff matters. Yeah, really, like documenting the electrolyte abnormalities, documenting the obesity, documenting properly respiratory failure, making sure you document sepsis appropriately, or don't document or say sepsis is ruled out, so that there's not a penalty because we didn't do all the things in the bundle, but they weren't septic in the first place. All of these things matter. There is a why behind the CDI, and we have to care about that why. That's it. We sink or we swim together. And so rather than be obstacles to financial strength, we should be partners. And that's really how we should look at it moving forward. That's why I've been going through every single one of these MCCs in detail. And this is just kind of explaining why it's important. It's very important. And we just no longer can we be adversarial and just, I don't care. We have to care. Okay. We have to be proper partners and stewards in the healthcare system. Anyway, thanks so much, guys, for your time and attention, and I'll see you next time on Healthcare Musings. Thank you for listening. Sign up at healthcaremusings.com to get every episode delivered directly to your email. And please don't forget to leave a 5-star review. Thank you so much.